There are hundreds of incredible indie games on the Switch eShop, and the remaining 99% of games are complete dog shit. I swear, for every Cuphead or Hollow Knight or Celeste, there's at least 50 Ronster Adventures. All you gotta do is go to the Great Deals page on the eShop, and you'll find bullshit, dog shit, horse shit, and various other types of shit. Developers will put their games on sale for only a few cents, making people buy them, and putting their stupid dumb garbage games on the top of the bestsellers list. I heard some people say that Nintendo tried to stop this by making the lowest price you can sell a game for $2. That's definitely made games for a few cents less common, but you'll still find some if you look hard enough. Over the past couple years, I've bought pretty much every single dirt cheap game that caught my eye, and now my Switch looks like whatever the hell this is. Starting off, we've got Mecha Tales. There's nothing inherently wrong with the game, but it's just the most generic game ever. The music, the gameplay, the art style just feel like every other cheap 2D platformer ever made. It's not bad, but why would I play this? Maybe the developer's other game, Kitten Squad's a bit better. Nope. Even though the games have completely different gameplay and art styles, they feel the damn same. The menus, the loading screen, the controls just feel copy and pasted from Mecha Tales with a few small changes. Take pretty much everything I said about Mecha Tales and apply that to Kitten Squad. This game feels the same as about a billion other games. Pretty much the only notable thing about this game is the terrible sound design. I was starting to get a headache after just the first room. Next up, we've got Cooking Tycoon 3-in-1 bundle. Great. Now I get 3 bad games instead of 1. Let's start off with Pizza Tycoon. So this is just one of those generic cooking management mobile games. This type of game just does not work well on a console at all. The game itself doesn't even work with touchscreen. I can pick the menu options that way, but the actual game itself requires you to use a controller. Why? This is just a bad mobile game. At least let me play it like one. Okay, maybe Pizza Tycoon just isn't for me. Let's try Burger Tycoon instead. This is just the same damn game. There are loads of Cooking Tycoon games on Switch, and they're all just reskin versions of the same game. Another one I've got is Breakfast Bar Tycoon. Why would you buy this? 3-in-1 bundle is equally garbage, but at least you get 3 of them. Breakfast Bar Tycoon is just the exact same game, but with less content. Well, on the topic of shitty mobile game ports, Bubble Cat's Rescue. Just like Cooking Tycoon, you can't use the touchscreen, there's no reason to play this, moving on. Quest for the Golden Duck. Holy shit. They did it. They made Pac-Man. The only difference is Pac-Man is, you know, fun. This is just Pac-Man, but instead of the lamest pizza ever, you get to play as a bunch of reused assets. You want proof they just reuse assets from a different game? Watermelon Party. The next party I go to is gonna be a fucking blast. Do you guys like watermelon? I can't wait to play Watermelon Party. My entire life has been leading up to this moment. Damn it! To play Watermelon Party, you need multiple people. All my friends blocked me after I started telling them about Kitten Squad, so I'm gonna have to find someone to play with. Competition isn't gonna be the best, but I gotta take what I can get. Actually playing the game, that wasn't worth the effort I went through to play this. Okay. The party isn't going great so far, but maybe Funbox Party will turn things around. Never mind, it's just 3 basic mobile games thrown into a collection. At least the title of one of the games calls you stupid. While I'm playing a bunch of mobile games, let's give Ludomania a try. Why is this a video game? This type of board game is fun because it's a physical game. When you turn it into a video game, it just becomes mashing A and hoping for the best. Board games like this are just too simple to work well or even be fun as a video game. You ever feel stupid while playing a game? That's exactly how I feel while playing Just Glide. Like, I could be playing this, or this, or this, or this, but no, I'm playing this. Deadly Fighter 2. On the game's website, it says it's rendered in astonishingly lifelike detail. Yep, just like real life. This is just the most basic game I've ever played. You turn left and right, and hit the A button. You've also got a block, but I'm gonna be honest, it's just easier to keep mashing A. Maybe the game gets more interesting later on, but I've already started playing Ganon Fighter. Finally, 12 games in, and I finally found one I actually kind of enjoy. It's not good, but it's just a dumb, turn your brain off kind of game that can easily have fun playing with your friends. Also, there's a Dodge the Poop DLC mode. Who needs the Smash Ultimate's Fighter Pass when you got the Dodge the Poop DLC? Do you know what time it is? It's Ronster Adventure time.
Once upon a time, a young adventurer lived in a place called Fantasyland.
Just based on this intro alone, I can already tell this game is gonna be amazing. Why am I disappointed? When I first saw this game, I thought it was gonna be terrible, but in actuality, it's just another generic 2D platformer. There's nothing wrong with it, but it does nothing new, nothing unique, nothing to give it a reason to exist when there's a trillion other 2D platformers out there.
So, let's embark on this epic adventure.
Come on, you can't tell me you hear this narration and don't expect the game to be absolutely atrocious. I thought this game was going to be so bad it's good, but it ended up just being one of the most forgettable games I've ever played. Again, it's not bad, but if you want to play a 2D platformer, there are just much better options. This game wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, and I am f***ing pissed. After playing one of the most generic and forgettable 2D platformers I've ever played, let's play one of the most generic and forgettable 3D platformers I've ever played, Tiny Hands Adventure. The game just feels soulless. It's just a basic 3D platformer with basic art, controls, and design. It's not bad, but there's no reason to play it compared to many other incredible 3D platformers on Switch. Now take everything I just said about Tiny Hands Adventure, make it 10 times worse, and apply it to Waddle Tree Adventures. There's nothing interesting going on here at all. Like, what do I even say about this? This isn't bad in a fun way like Ganon Fighter. This is just bad. I did hear that the sequel is a bit better, but there's just no reason to play the first one at all. Adrenaline Rush Miami Drive is one of those mobile runner games like Subway Surfers or Temple Run, but you're in a car. It's fun enough if you want that kind of thing, but I don't really see myself playing this ever again. Mech Rage opens up with a cutscene that feels like one of those lame videos they play before a game of laser tag. Oh no! There are explosion PNGs on the ship! The gameplay is about exactly what you expect from a top-down mech game that costs less than $1. It's not good, but at least I was expecting it to not be good. Next up is Membrane. The game itself is decent, but what makes this game more interesting is the game constantly does reverse sales. I bought it for only $1, but most of the time, it's $250, making this the most expensive game I own. When I first saw Cowcatcher, I knew I had to get it. And holy this game is amazing. When you first start the game, you get a message from the developer surprised you bought the game. At that point, I knew this game was going to be great. In Cowcatcher, you fly around. Get this, catching cows. And yes, this game is as stupid and broken as it looks. And I mean that in the best way possible. This game is incredible. I genuinely think that everyone should give it a try at this point. Look at this. How is this not the best game ever? This and Ganon Fighter are easily my two favorite games on the list, and I recommend them to everyone. Okay, now that we got that work of art out of the way, it's time to talk about something stupid. Ballin' Wonderworld. What do I even say? Commonly referred to as the worst game of 2021 and one of the worst Switch games. Yeah, it's terrible. I only have the demo because I refuse to spend money on this pile of dog shit, but it's just as bad as everyone says it is. It's far from the worst game on this list, but it's my personal least favorite because how the hell is this a AAA $60 game made by a massive studio?
Angry Bunnies, Colossal Carrot Crusade.
It's just Angry Birds with shitty controls. How the hell did they manage to fuck up the controls of Angry Birds? It's Angry Birds. Trying to aim is so painfully slow, and don't worry, not only does this game look like ass, it plays like ass too. To be fair, I only played the first set of levels, so let's try the second. Shit. Okay, now that I've spent way more money than anyone ever should on this game, I can play the second set of levels. This is the same damn thing. Bouncy Bob's a game I hear a lot of other people shit on, but I'm gonna be honest, it's not that bad. It's far from good, but compared to the other games I've played, it's not terrible. How are my standards so low right now that I'm defending Bouncy Bob for being just playable? Logic Puzzle Collection is, get this, a collection of 3 logic puzzle games. Holy shit, it's Picross! I love Picross! Too bad this game isn't good. Everything about this just feels off. There's nothing specifically wrong with it, but it's just not fun. There is no reason to play this. There are loads of Picross games on Switch, many of which have demos. You'd get much more out of downloading a few of these free demos than you would out of whatever the hell this is. Oh nice, we've got another incredibly generic game that does absolutely nothing new or unique and just isn't really that fun. Cedars Puzzle Reboot is a 2D platformer that looks and sounds terrible and just isn't that fun to play. This is the worst kind of bad game. Something like Cowcatcher is bad in a funny way. This game is just boring. And finally, Funny Bunny Adventures. Boring gameplay and clearly a mobile port. What else can I even say? And there are 25 of the worst games I could find on the Switch eShop. At least I never have to play a bad game ever again. Son of a bitch.